Well, good morning, Bakersfield, surrounding communities. Everybody watching online on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. This is the Early Bird Special right here on KGEO Sports Talk 101.1 FM. I'm not going to do it today, Sparky. I'm not going to do it. I am Chris Burdick. That is Sparky. Sparky, good morning.
Good morning.
Let them know what they're in for.
Wrestling.
Absolutely nothing but. I'm telling you right now. Well, actually, I can't promise that. I'm sorry. There's the NBA play-in today, so we got to talk a little. No, we're not even going to talk about that.
Nope.
Okay, good. We're just talking solely wrestling.
Nope.
What do the guests look like today?
We got our boy Chris Flail. It's Fridays. He's going to talk a little wrestling, and we got Kyle Pittser from Dionysus, the official home of WrestleMania, where you can go have some drinks. I'm sure they'll have some food trucks. I got some prediction sheets we can run down. And I figure you and Chris can do yours, and me and Kyle can do ours.
You know,
just make it that easy. And
okay, we'll see who wins.
It's got a whole point structure, so we're good to go.
Okay,
and I've gotten some breaking news coming out that Stone Cold, The Rock, have all been seen in Vegas this morning.
Of course they have. Well, they missed the opportunity with Stone Cold last year. I'm sorry, last year. Because he has said out loud that the only way you're going to get him to be a part of a WWE event, especially a WrestleMania, is if it's in Nevada. And for those of you who don't know, no, Steve Austin does not live in Texas. He lives in Nevada. So
another desert town.
Yes, of course, which highly favor Nevada over Texas in my personal opinion.
Me too.
But that's just me. We got a ton to talk about in the world of wrestling, though. We haven't gotten a chance to talk much about it all week, and that's to our chagrin because there's been so much going on this week in the world of sports. And yes, you still have your NBA play-in tournament tonight. Have fun with that. The Warriors taking on the Suns.
You see this? This is sports prep.
Yes.
And you see this?
Oh, yes.
It is
revolution. Revolution. Sparky, look at him. Look at him go. It is a Wrestling Friday. I'm sorry. If you're not a wrestling fan, this ain't going to be the show for you today. I apologize, but it is the Friday before WrestleMania. WrestleMania 42 is tomorrow.
I even did it on my Big FM shift today. You can win tickets to Journey, which will be performing next week, Wednesday, April 22nd, their Final Frontier tour. And I'll just let you know, you can catch me from noon to 3 on 101.5.
Yes, you can.
And the only way you're going to win Journey tickets today is, you're going to have to.
Trivia?
You're going to have to. Yes. I'm playing wrestling clips. And if you can name that wrestler, you can win tickets to see Journey today.
Oh, I might have to make a call. I might have to win some tickets today. I'm sorry. It may just be me. I'm a big Journey fan. I've got to see them live. And honestly, one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. Mind you, it was with a girlfriend at the time who I very much care for. We had floor seats, and it was just overall amazing because we were in Sacramento. But this show, I mean, if you want to see a band that sounds exactly like they sound on a CD or an album or a record, whatever you want to call it, it's them. And they don't even have their original lead singer.
Yeah, I got to see him with Steve Perry.
Did you really?
Journey and Foreigner 20 years ago.
Say we got to see Journey and Toto, which again, Toto did not expect to see or did not expect them to be as entertaining as they were.
I didn't know there was so many Toto fans.
Right.
I played Toto the other day on Moneywise and people lit up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what?
As soon as you play Africa, it's just everybody in the entire area just starts singing. I tried to explain this to Ralph Bailey on our sister station of Kern Radio one day because he is under the belief there's only one white person song that we all kind of sing to, and that's Sweet Caroline. Now, granted, he's 1000% correct. Anytime Sweet Caroline comes on, I don't think it's just white people, but everybody starts singing the ba ba ba. We all know how this goes. We all know how it goes. But I argue that there are a ton of songs that get us to do that. Toto is one of them. Africa by Toto is one of them.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama, absolutely. YMCA, I think, is one of them.
Sadly.
We Will Rock You. I mean, there's a long, if you want to get more modern, Mr. Brightside by the Killers. I Write Sins, Not Tragedies.
There's so many.
I mean, there's a ton that you could say, but again, it's
I'm coming from the guy that sings on every show.
I know. And again, not in a good way. I'm sorry. And he knows that. I'm not talking trash. If you listen to the Ralph Bailey show, you are very well aware it's therapeutic for the host. And as his producer, I just kind of let it happen. There's nothing you could do, and unfortunately, YouTube hates us because of a copyright infringement.
I bet
YouTube is not a fan of the Ralph Bailey Show. It is not. But let's get on topic here, my friend. There's a ton to talk about in the world of wrestling because it is WrestleMania weekend. We got one more SmackDown tonight, live from Las Vegas. You will get the MFTs against the Wyatt Six as the main event that will kick off WrestleMania weekend, quote unquote, if you really want to just narrow it down to a weekend. Again, I told you guys on Monday, I stretched this out as far as last Saturday with AAA, what we saw last Saturday. That was just as good to kick off the weekend, in my opinion. I have been told by several wrestling fans who are friends of mine that I'm crazy and that it starts on Monday. Again, maybe I'm just too much of an opportunist. I say let it all come in. I even allow AEW Dynasty to get in on this weekend, and they did a fantastic job on Sunday. They did a fantastic job with spring break the other night too. We won't get into that because that has nothing to do with the WWE. But
is the Hall of Fame induction as well tonight?
It is, okay. Absolutely. And just since we're talking about that, let's run down the Hall of Fame class for you real quick. The inductees are as follows. WWE Grand Slam champion and recent retiree AJ Styles. We just talked about him not too long ago, have his final match against Gunther and hang it up officially in Georgia a couple weeks later. There's still a little piece of me that believes that we have not seen the end of AJ Styles.
Maybe he runs out and helps us.
I'm just saying there might be something that happens here tonight at this Hall of Fame ceremony. I'm just throwing it out there. I would not be surprised to see the ring general stand up and say, why are we celebrating this man? Why? I defeated him. I am better. Like, I could totally see, especially with everything going on in wrestling. Have you seen, speaking of which, sorry, not to sidetrack here, the most viral video that's come out in the last 24 hours?
Is it the
Jey Uso attacking the podcast
that
host?
Was really well or not?
I can't tell if that was real or not.
Oh, it was definitely fake because I heard the count in.
Oh, did you really?
I was like, okay.
See, because I've heard multiple I've seen multiple videos, heard multiple audios. Some were the audios of the podcast itself, which the name escapes me. I know the host's name is Cameron.
Yeah, and he's with who's his co-host?
Yeah, Again, the names escape me. The only reason I remember Cameron's name is because everybody's been saying it so much, if I'm being honest. I don't watch this podcast very often. Calling it a podcast might actually even be disrespectful because to me, it looks more like an actual, like a sports or news show. Like it actually looks very well produced. But regardless, they had Jey Uso on. Apparently, they had a couple wrestlers on for the past week.
Saturday ones.
Yes, Saturday ones specifically, because that's why Cameron was so upset because he keeps bringing in Saturday guys. Why can't we get any of the Sunday guys? I get that's what made me feel like this was a little fake because it's like, why does it matter? Most people don't care. If you're part of the WrestleMania card, you're part of the card. And Jey Uso is easily one of the biggest names and faces of the company right now, even though the internet loves to run with their hate of him. But yeah, the physical confrontation between Jey Uso and Cameron has gone absolutely viral. And again, it's more evidence of what I've talked about ad nauseum with guys on this show, Chris Flail, KG, whomever wants to talk wrestling with us. They are doing such a great job at blurring the line once again of reality and wrestling, because everybody's biggest gripe against wrestling is it's quote unquote fake. It's not real fighting. When you continue to do stuff like this that blurs that line, eventually, yes, we'll still know it's predetermined athletics, but eventually people are going to start looking at these wrestlers like they used to. Not that the character itself is real. We're still not going to believe The Undertaker is a 7-foot man that has supernatural powers that rides a motorcycle. That's not at all what the thing is. Thank you.
The king of WrestleMania.
Absolutely. He will be there tonight. I'm assuming tonight and all weekend. I assume. Any WrestleMania without the dead man is weird. But back to the point I'm making here. Everybody's going to at least start respecting these guys as fighters, as athletes, as wrestlers. I know everybody's sitting there saying, well, that was corny. Obviously, that was fake. He only threw one punch, and we didn't even see if it landed. 100% true.
Cameron took some shots, man.
He did.
He was throwing some shots, man.
It doesn't matter because somebody who's never seen wrestling before is now looking at that clip saying, holy hell, why did Cameron just get his butt kicked by a wrestler? What happened here? Not only did it get eyes on their episode, but it also got eyes on the WWE product, because now a lot of people who have never seen wrestling before are wondering who Jey Uso is, what family he's from. As soon as they figure out that he's a relative of The Rock, they're going to go nuts.
What's OOS stand for?
Exactly.
What does OOS mean?
All of that. You continue to do your job. Get eyes on the product and blur the lines of fake reality, real fighting, fake fighting. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Continuing the rundown of the Hall of Fame inductees you'll see tonight, WWE CEO Stephanie McMahon also will be inducted. Well deserved, with her entire life essentially being under the microscope of wrestling fans and in front of a camera in general, because let's be honest, throughout the majority of her teens and 20s, there were a lot of wrestling fans that were, let's just say, ogling at Stephanie McMahon as she became one of the most hated heels in the company's history, along with her father, her husband, and many, many others. It's going to be fantastic to see what she has to say tonight.
You see Shane O'Mac will be there tonight?
Yes. And honestly, that's surprising, because her brother Shane has been very vocal about saying, especially after his father has been removed from the company, that he wants nothing to do with the WWE. He really does not want to give them the time of day, even as much as to go to AEW and flirt with a possibility of going and working for them. And again, if you don't know what All Elite Wrestling is, it's pretty much the main competitor to the WWE right now. They are the company that, I guess, if you're an old school wrestling fan, WCW in modern day,
right?
AEW. That's essentially what it is. WWE Tag Team Champions 3-time, by the way. Demolition also will be inducted.
Awesome.
Along with that, we have a two-time WWE and WCW champion. Sid will be going in as a legacy pick, along with Bad News Brown.
Nice. I didn't see that.
Yeah, and then everybody's favorite basketball player, the Worm himself,
hell yeah,
Dennis Rodman, will also be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame for his entire run against Malone. Wasn't it Malone that they
Karl
ran
Malone
on WCW for a little bit?
The mailman.
Man, WCW did some weird stuff to try to blur the lines themselves. And again, I just got done talking about how WWE has done it. Back in the day, man, WCW went as far as to get the NBA involved, as we're just talking about with Rodman and Malone, who had their own wrestling match. If you remember the movie that they released, Ready to Rumble, right? Isn't that what it's called, or something of that nature?
Was that David Arquette?
Yep, David Arquette. That even got David Arquette the WCW World Championship at one point, just to kind of tie the movie into real life wrestling.
Oh, promotions.
Again, we are at a time now where they don't really necessarily need to do that, but I think fans are clamoring for that kind of a thing. We want more of this realism in the product, and it is just incredible to see what some of these guys have been able to do. That is who you'll see going into the Hall of Fame, though, in the WWE. If you're a wrestling fan, and probably watch that tonight.
Dude, I grew up with Demolition. That was one of my favorites.
Really?
And I remember there was, at one point, I believe there was 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering who is still alive. I haven't even heard that name in probably 20 years. Mm-hmm. So it's cool that they're still showing out some love. I'd like to see how this Stephanie McMahon, of course, with all the rumors with Vince and even Shane. And, how does Vince or Shane not make this event?
Well, that's
their
what
own
I'm thinking.
Sister or daughter. So I'm wondering how interesting this is going to get. I did read yesterday, which I believe I sent it to you guys, but there is 17 hours of WrestleMania coverage with 8.5 hours on Saturday and 8.5 on Sunday, which is insane, but I'm all for it.
Oh yeah, 100%. And we'll be watching it hopefully with you guys. We're going to do a stream this weekend, at least tomorrow night, on Saturday for sure for night 1. We're planning out night 2 still, but night 1 we will be doing live from Sparky's house. It'll be myself, KG, Sparky, maybe a couple other people may drop by if they choose to do so. So feel free to join us if you guys want.
And then the other day, go out to Dionysus, man.
Absolutely.
They got the big screen. They got all sorts of flavored beer. If it heats up, they got the, I'll let him talk about that. Yeah, he's got so many new flavors now, plus the food truck. Dionysus is hitting it, man.
I'm assuming he's going to have wrestling bingo for you out there as
well. I'm sure he'll have something.
Massive hit the last time they did it. But I am very excited to see what is going to come out of this weekend. If you're a wrestling fan, or even if you're not and you're just somebody who's kind of curious about the product, jump in. This is the weekend to do it. 100%. You're going to enjoy everything. And as I've seen young Dominic Mysterio, son of Rey Mysterio, and one of the mainstays of the roster now, and you will see him this weekend, he even said it. I don't believe it was on ESPN, but it was quoted on ESPN. At the very least, you're going to be entertained. At the very least. Whether you like the product or not, doesn't matter. You're either going to laugh at the people because of how stupid you think it is, or you're going to enjoy it because you realize pretty much what I do, what Sparky does, what a lot of other people who come on the show do. Just turn your brain off and have a good time, man. It's just like a movie.
My wife was in the same boat. She didn't care for it. She thought it was a joke, blah, 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 blah. A month or two into watching it with me, she's hooked.
Yes. It is a soap opera at its very core. Trust me, your wife will eventually buy in just to the drama itself. That I promise. I've seen more wrestling couples start that way, Sparky, than the two of them being wrestling fans when they started, and that's how they got together. Like, it's actually kind of funny how that works.
It's funny because we usually don't agree on who we like. So we have little feuds. I'm like, all right, and we'll make little bets, and
absolutely,
it's fun times. Even if you're not a fan, you'll be entertained, like you said.
And outside of that, I mean, I know you've done that with your son as well, haven't you? Like, you guys will sit there and say, "I think this person's going to win. I think this person's win." Okay, cool. Loser has to buy the winner a candy bar.
Family time. It's PLE. We'll
exactly
make little bets.
It's fun stuff. Don't listen to some of these other people who are hating on it or just hating for the sake of hating. I get it. Wrestling is a pariah. It has its little cloud over it because everyone says it's fake. Okay, fine. So is Marvel. So is DC. So is every other movie you've seen on television.
Politics.
Exactly. At this point, what's real, homie? So turn your brain off. Forget about what's going on back there. And actually, bringing up politics, that is kind of who I'm worried shows up this weekend. Because guess who was in Vegas, or at least Nevada? The president.
Who's president?
Again, we don't got to get
Mr.
into that.
Hooch?
We don't got to get into that. But the Orange Man was in Nevada.
He's been there before, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was he had a hand in the WWE.
Yeah.
But I think the WWE knows that its fan base doesn't necessarily accept it very much. Now, some do. Not saying that everybody doesn't like him. I'm just saying that majority of the time, it's not like TKO. TKO makes an entire, I'm sorry, I should say UFC. It's not like the UFC. The UFC makes an entire spectacle out of him coming out and being there at an event. So much so that Dana White has even changed the White House card on the fly because the last time he was at an event, Donald Trump looked at him and said, "Why isn't this person fighting on my card?" And guess what happened right afterwards?
He's on the card.
Yeah, he's on the card now. I mean, I get it. I get it. You know your base. I totally understand. But wrestling fans in the WWE, not so much in the same boat. So I'm hoping that's not the case. Cycling back, though, to what you were saying when it came to the McMahon family showing up for Stephanie tonight, I was thinking about that yesterday, especially while watching the podcast episode, her podcast episode. What do you want to talk? No, I'm sorry. What do you want to talk about? Is Cody Rhodes? It's What's Your Story? What's Your Stories is Stephanie McMahon's, and she was actually the one being interviewed this time because of what's going in, or her going into the WWE Hall of Fame. And I had that thought because we just talked about it a couple weeks ago. I think we have a promo running currently that brought up the possibility of Vince McMahon making a return to his company at some point this weekend and how big of a pop that would be. I know the guys at Busted Open on XFM have talked about it a lot. I think this is probably the one opportunity you're going to see Vince McMahon in front of a television screen for the WWE again. And that's solely because his daughter's being inducted.
And it's WrestleMania.
Yes.
You tie those up together.
So, and I know he has bought small stake back into TKO, so he's working his way back. I don't think he will ever actually get sole control of the company again. But if they show him on television tonight, if they show him at that ceremony, whether it's right next to Shane or not, that's going to be a huge tell. Because if he is there and they do not show him on TV, they want nothing to do with him and he'll never be back. But if he is there and they show him at any capacity, whether it's just from a pan, or if they, close up on Shane and they back up and you just so happen to see Vince there in the corner, there's a little bit of hope there. There's a tiny bit of hope that he might be back and we might see the craziest, I don't want to call it a comeback story, but turnaround story for sure for any businessman in America. And of course, it's Vincent freaking McMahon.
I think if it was ever going to happen, it would happen, and this would be a perfect time.
Yes, 100%. But that's why I'm saying, like, I'm going to be looking out for that, because if they show him at all on television, there's a little bit of a maybe. But if he's not, or if he's not there at all, they didn't let him show up, then no, it's done. We're out. They're never going to let him back in the company, and we're all moving on to, or through, this new era, as Triple H called it last year. What do you want to call it? The Paul Levesque era, or if you want to call it, I don't know, the New Age era, whatever you want to call it. But Vince McMahon will have nothing to do with it, in my opinion. But again, crazier things have happened in the world of wrestling. I mean, we got CM Punk back, and no one thought that was going to happen. So
Ooh.
I know, I agree. Speaking of which, let's take a break. We'll get into that on the other side, as a ton of audio has come out over the last 2 days of every wrestler who will be a part of WrestleMania, or at least the biggest names. You'll hear from Cody Rhodes. You'll hear from CM Punk. You'll hear from Liv Morgan, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, a ton of it. Plus, if I could get into it as well, I want to tease some stuff that happened yesterday and today, because Ronda Rousey has been on a tear through the media, pumping up her fight with Gina Carano on Netflix. It's supposed to be happening next month. I did not get the best audio. I'm saving that for next week, because she tore into some UFC women's champions right now, and that was pretty wild. But there is finally an answer as to why we're getting this fight, and it's coming straight from Ronda's mouth. So if we can get some time to play that at some point, I might get to that as well. This is the early bird special, though. We have to go to a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You know, I love the Dead Man. Grew up with the Dead Man.
I'm not a big fan of the Dead Man you grew up with.
Really?
I'm
You prefer
I
the American Badass version?
No, the original,
Ah,
the red-haired Undertaker
yeah.
with the pallbearer Undertaker before
Well,
Kane.
that's what I was just about to bring up, though, is that I don't feel like I even got him.
No,
Like, don't get me wrong, born in '93, obviously, I grew up during the reigning Dead Man era, but, I mean, you're not wrong. Most I've seen of the era before I was born, God, this talent. I mean,
and
we're
shave
talking
his
about a
head.
7-foot monster of a basketball player that walks on a tightrope, essentially. That should be the case, and then jumps off. I mean,
The
the things this
tombstone
man
pile driver
does.
and yeah, the crazy ones. And I mean, that's why I had so much respect for the $1 Million Man because I hated him so much until that Survivor Series
Yes.
with the mystery guest, and I was like, okay, who's this guy? And I was sold.
And we could have had him as the Eggman. They could have
Yes.
messed the whole thing up and had
Uh-huh.
him as the Eggman. And if you know what I'm talking about, when Mark Calloway was initially signed to WWE, making the transition from WCW over to the WWE, because the people at WCW told him that no one ever paid. Look how wrong they were.
You're right.
There was a gimmick going at the time of the WWE of a giant egg. Yes, a giant chicken-sized egg. Again, I'm not saying every storyline in wrestling is entertaining. A lot of these are really dumb. I mean, look at the El Grandes. El Grande Americano against Original Grande Americano. There's a lot of wrestling fans right now that are looking at this and saying, why is this still a thing? We got it last year, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And now they're finally going to get a mask for mask match, I believe, this weekend, if not this weekend, at their next major PLE down there at AAA. But regardless, we could have gotten Mark Calloway, the Undertaker, the Dead Man, the American Badass, arguably the greatest WrestleMania wrestler of all time, in my opinion, as a giant chicken man. Thank God someone made a hard pivot on that and said, no, we're going to give him a different persona. We're going to give that guy the chicken man suit. And does anybody remember who the chicken man is?
Nope.
Yeah, no. And that's for good reason. They buried that very soon afterwards. Speaking of the greatest WrestleMania wrestlers of all time, though, let's hit this first audio bite first from Cody Rhodes, WWE champion. He was on First Take, I believe, on Thursday. This is from Thursday. And they asked him his top 5 WrestleMania wrestlers of all time. So let's hear from this, or let's hear from Cody. And I want to hear your thoughts on the other side of this, my friend.
Top 5 WrestleMania wrestlers of all time. Number 5 is going to be another multi-generational wrestler, that being the Queen Charlotte Flair, part of the very first women's main event at a WrestleMania. That alone puts her in that list. Number 4, the original Mr. WrestleMania before Shawn Michaels. That's Macho Man Randy Savage, or the Macho King, depending on which WrestleMania watched. He always stole the show. Exactly. Number 3, the Mr. WrestleMania, we know, that being Shawn Michaels, my favorite growing up, the Iron Man match, the boyhood dream, WrestleMania 12, no one better, bell to bell. Number 2, his stats don't lie. The stats don't lie. Doesn't matter how I feel about him. That's going to be Roman Reigns. And number 1, the guy that WrestleMania was built on, and that being Hulk Hogan.
What? Yep, you left him off completely.
Cold, Cody.
Here's the thing. And I have a couple that I'm going to have to nitpick here, especially, and I know it's Cody Rhodes, son of Dusty Rhodes. He's been in the company literally his entire life. I love Charlotte, but number 5 spot should be Becky.
Yes.
Becky was also in that WrestleMania 35 main event. She won that match and has had more WrestleMania appearances than Charlotte Flair. Charlotte's had 9. Becky's had 10. This will be number 10, going up against AJ Lee for the Intercontinental Championship.
That's why I say she wins.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, there's a good possibility of that, but that in itself might be an accolade they just kind of let her run with. So I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't, but we'll see what happens there. I do have a gut feeling they're going to let AJ run with this just because they got a lot of heels that they want to give a shot at that belt. And Mark Calloway's not on this list.
That is cold.
The man with the longest WrestleMania win streak in WWE history. If it wasn't for one Brock Lesnar, who honestly shouldn't have broken the streak in the first place, he took it upon himself to do that. I love Cody. I'm a fan of Cody Rhodes, but we're going to leave off two of the biggest WrestleMania faces of all time. I understand Shawn Michaels is Shawn Michaels. I love Macho Man Randy Savage, but let's be honest. It should be The Undertaker in that spot over Macho. It should be it arguably should over Shawn. I Hulk Hogan, okay, fine. You can give it to him. It was built for Hulk, so you have to put him at number 1. Roman Reigns, number 2, understandable. Roman now has the longest streak of main events in WrestleMania, or main eventing WrestleManias in WWE history. No one has main evented more than Roman Reigns, or will, if I'm being honest. And I understand why you have to have those men on the list. But how are we going to leave off the dead man?
Right.
How?
That's cold.
That's cold, man. I mean, I get it. You're on the spot. I'm sure they didn't ask him to fill out this list before showing up to the studio that day. But Cody, come on, brother. And I've heard him talk about these kinds of lists. He sees it as, especially when he gets asked the Rushmore question. He has been very much on record to say mine's different literally every single time.
Yeah, and that's difficult. It's the same thing with any Mount Rushmores.
Right. But in this sense, we're talking about the top 5 WrestleMania wrestlers of all time. How do we not have the dead man on that list? Like, I'm not going to lie. If you're going to ask my list, mine, Undertaker, number 1. I'll put Hulk, number 2. Roman, number 3. Becky, number 4. And arguably Shawn, number 5.
I'd probably do the same thing, except I'd probably have Roman.
I could make an argument that Stone Cold, The Rock, or Triple H deserve to be number 5, though, as well.
Yeah. I mean, and even if you're going to throw in Hogan, I mean, I'd probably leave Hogan off.
Really?
Just because it was built for him, but he wouldn't be on my top 5.
Yeah. Well,
besides the body slam on Andre.
Yeah.
I don't really remember much of him being after, I mean, with the Mr. T and all the other stuff. Okay.
Do you feel like it's because of what happened after his career and how everybody kind of feels about him now that you feel that way?
I just think with the whole move, I mean, Hogan's story was dying off when he jumped over to WCW. And I think I lost a lot of respect for him after the whole jump.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think, overall, I mean, if we were going to list guys like that, I mean, I'm a diehard Ultimate Warrior fan, but I don't put him on my Mount Rushmore because I know as a wrestler, I mean, maybe as a gimmick, he was probably one. But besides that, I mean, there is so many guys. I loved Shawn Michaels growing up. I mean, nobody even brought up Bret Hart, people like that. I mean, it's kind of difficult. And it's almost to the point where you'd have to have a male side and a female side because there is so many females that we're not bringing up. I mean, there was Sensational Sherry or Scary Sherry. I mean, she was a big part of WrestleMania. Queen Elizabeth, all these other wrestlers. But
well, I mean,
I would probably say the same, probably really close to your list.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you want to get technical with the women's side, if we're going to put Becky and Charlotte up there, you have to put Ronda because Ronda was also the third part of that WrestleMania match. Again, there are a lot of reasons to split up this list or do whatever you want to do with it. And you're
just
right.
To give you some extra picks.
Exactly. But if you have to narrow it down to 5, I don't see how Mark Calloway gets left off that list. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he'd be my number 1, obviously.
It has to
That's
be.
cold.
I mean, 27 WrestleMania appearances. I say Triple H because he has 23.
Yeah.
It's hard to shy away from the fact that these men have been in 20 plus of 42. There have only been 42 WrestleManias. I want people to realize that. And Mark Calloway has been a part of 27 of them.
I'm sure Cena has been in a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of wrestlers you could probably go through.
You'd be surprised. He is up there, but I mean, Randy's
not even close
also,
to those. Yeah.
No. Randy Orton is probably the closest. I think he's 3rd, and I think he's 21. And honestly, by the end of his career, he could probably take over Triple H and be up there in the 26, 27s because he, much like Mark Calloway, any WrestleMania without Randy Orton kind of feels weird. It feels like we're leaving somebody off. But again, we'll see what happens this weekend. I'm really excited with all of these matches. And you'll see plenty of these top-tier wrestlers, including women like Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Mark Calloway, I'm assuming, will make some sort of appearance. And as you heard Sparky say, if you're an old school fan, you might even see Stone Cold Steve Austin and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I think Dwayne is a little more likely than Steve, but that's just because Dwayne loves to come in and out of the company whenever he sees fit and play this new final boss role that he has created.
Supposedly he's supposed to make some type of like backstage type thing with Stone Cold. So we'll see. I'm sure they're going to, I mean, we just talked about 17 hours. You probably see a lot of people.
You know I flirted with the idea of Survivor Series being Team Triple H, Team Shawn Michaels, Team Vince McMahon. Why not make it Team Final Boss, Team Boss Killer? We get Stone Cold as the other side. Who else would be the perfect man to lead a team against the Authority than the man who literally made a career out of it and gave us all the hope that one day we also will be able to stunner that one, I can't say the word I want to use, but the bad boss that we've all wanted to just look at and say, God, I just want to punch you in the face and give you a Stone Cold Stunner just because you annoy me. Who better to do it? I'm telling you, it'd be a lot of fun to see him back in some sort of capacity, even if it's just with a microphone in his hand. I know it's going to be difficult because he's very much retired and likes being so. But with the money people are making,
he made a living on the mic. So,
oh, hell yeah, he did. And let's be honest, you pay him a couple $1 million to show up and pull a Paul Heyman, just talk on the mic for 5-10 minutes, then he gets to go home. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to say yes to that. And he loves the product still. You could still hear it in his voice. Anytime he talks about any piece of wrestling, he still is very much a mark, as a lot of these people like to call fans. I hate that word. I hate that word so much. I know that it's on purpose. It's supposed to be something to separate a fan from somebody who's within the industry. But it's so dumb to say.
And is it JD's first WrestleMania?
Yes, actually, that's another match we could talk about real quick. The Intercontinental Men's Championship match that'll be taking place. Penta, Rey Mysterio, Rusev are the only three in this match that actually have WrestleMania experience. Rey's been a part of, I think, 13 now, if I'm counting correctly. Penta, this will be 2. Rusev has been in a handful. But yeah, the other 3 competitors, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, and Javon Evans, the young star that has been making waves, all are going to be on their first time, or I'm sorry, are all making their WrestleMania debuts this weekend. Trick Williams, yes, will be taking on Sami Zayn for the U.S. Championship. He is also on his first ever WrestleMania. Oba Femi, this will be his first ever WrestleMania. There's going to be a lot of young faces that you've never seen before on this platform. And that's a good thing because this is where people get creative. This is where people really take that extra step to give you an entertaining match. And you're going to see some crazy stuff happen in that ladder match. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not going to be one you want to sleep on. And I believe that's in the first hour on ESPN on day 2 with Brock and Oba, if I'm not mistaken. So if you have ESPN, you'll have access to that for free on cable. The first hour of both tomorrow and Sunday's WrestleMania matches will be live on ESPN2 on Saturday and ESPN on Sunday completely for free. So if you're just curious, you want to see what this is all about, or if you just want to see if you really want to put money down to watch this, what better way to do it than just watch the first 2 matches for absolutely free. And one of them is Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi, which is arguably the biggest match of the entire weekend. Arguably.
Save your money, go to Dionysus.
This is true. It is absolutely true, too. You can go check out all of the WrestleMania weekend at Dionysus, where he's got all the beer you could possibly hope for and pray for as well. Sours and slushies. And my God, I can't wait to talk to him about that because I have yet to hear of any of these new flavors. And now I'm curious because I haven't had a slushie in a while and it's starting to warm up.
Yeah, the new Mexicali drink he makes. I mean, there's a lot of them.
Let's take a break real quick. We'll get into some of these other stats and stories on the other side. We'll hear from CM Punk. We'll hear from Dominic and Finn. and you'll hear from Liv Morgan. Plus, I have some audio that we'll play probably with either Chris or Kyle, whichever one we can get to. I've been sitting on this for a while. But ESPN released a video of Macho Man Randy Savage from back in the 2000s talking about his time in minor league baseball, if you didn't know. Yes, Macho Man was a baseball player before he made the leap over to wrestling. So hopefully we'll get a chance to hear that as well. This is the Early Bird Special. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. I'd put my one up, but you can't really see it on the video. Camera's too tight on my face. Welcome back. KGEO Sports Talk, 101.1 FM. This is the Early Bird Special. And yes, we're talking wrestling all dang day today. I got 2 words for you.
Chris Flail.
Absolutely. He comes up at 8 o'clock. Kyle Pittser, also at 8:30 from Dionysus Brewing. We'll talk to them about all things WrestleMania going on this weekend. Maybe Flail will be able to jump in with us on our stream this weekend. And it sounds like
he's like me. Usually I try to barricade myself and turn off the phone.
But see, this is different. This is WrestleMania, man. We all gotta. This is a group effort here, man. We gotta come together today. We gotta be the tag teams that we will see this weekend, and I can't wait to see what will happen because I'm looking at this sheet that you gave me, Sparky, and just for people who are on stream, this is why you should be following us on YouTube as well. This is the rundown sheet that Sparky gave me of all the matches.
It's the Super Bowl of wrestling.
My God. And you know what's funny? This also proves that we will most likely not get a 14th match. Unfortunate, especially for Tiffy, because I was hoping that they were going to...
Tiffy is wrestling tonight.
She'll be going tonight, most likely.
With the return of Jordan Grace?
Yes, which is great because I'm glad to see her back as well. That women's division on SmackDown has kind of been floundering, especially in the mid-card, just to me, because there's really nobody there that can compete with Tiffy and Jade. And you can't just keep going back and forth with those two. You need some light here.
What happened to Raquel?
Raquel has just been left to the wayside, man. There, like I said, it's like the WWE just can't allow Raquel and Liv to go for a title at the same time, which is really weird. I don't understand that either. But it is what it is. We'll get into that at some point too. But just looking at this long list of matches that you're going to see, Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, we haven't talked about that. Unsanctioned match, the first one in WWE, or I believe the first one. Oh, God, I looked at the year.
What does that mean?
Too. Unsanctioned is just pretty much no rules. There's no DQs. I know a lot of wrestling fans online are up in arms about it just because it's an unsanctioned match. And like it really doesn't make sense. Because unsanctioned in itself means that the match wouldn't be in front of anybody. It wouldn't necessarily be at the WWE. It would be unsanctioned. You would be off doing this somewhere else in a blood feud, essentially, rather than in
White
front
House
of everybody.
lawn or something.
Okay, so the first one was actually in WrestleMania 33 in 2017. Seth Rollins and Triple H.
Okay.
So this doesn't happen at WWE WrestleMania very often. But it's still going to be really entertaining just because these two are brutal. I honestly, the more I think about it, Drew McIntyre has really turned into that brutal wrestler for this generation. If you need a Hell in a Cell match, a cage match, an unsanctioned match, a street fight, Drew McIntyre is your guy. He can get it done. And he's had some of the most memorable just death matches, if you want to call them that, but that's not necessarily the case because there actually is a WrestleMania death match. But like you want to talk about his match with CM Punk this past year, Seth Rollins just before that. I mean, Cody Rhodes multiple times.
That's why I missed Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be coming back at some point as well, I would assume. I know it's been a very serious injury that he's been dealing with the neck. But I'm assuming, and that actually, but before we get Chris in here, that is something I wanted to throw at you with this list. Right down here at the bottom, it has a list of guest appearances. Okay, guest appearances. I want to highlight that very much. Guest appearances. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, obviously being some. Trish Stratus. That's pretty much a guarantee at this point. Trish is at everything these days. I really just want her back as like some sort of coach. Let's just put her in as a manager or something. Right. I know it's impossible to keep her out of in-ring competition. I mean, The Rock, Bad Bunny, again, all possible guests. But why you got to put Bianca and Kevin on there?
I
like
no idea why
Bianca and Kevin are wrestlers on the roster. They're not guests. That's so mean. Like that pretty much is telling everybody, hey, They're retired. They're done. They're not coming back, and that is absolutely ridiculous. Both of those individuals will most likely be back in a wrestling capacity at some point. They're dealing with very serious injuries. Bianca has been dealing with a hand injury and a knuckle, or a broken knuckle that apparently has healed so badly that they're saying it's very difficult for her to handle certain holds, I guess. I'm not 100% sure exactly how in depth
They're
it
talking
is.
about she might even lose a finger.
Yeah, I've read that as well. But again, that might be exaggerated. We don't know exactly the extent. And then Kevin Owens on the other side of it as well has been dealing with a neck injury ever since those really, really ugly unsanctioned matches with Cody Rhodes not too long, or I shouldn't say not too long ago, because actually I think it's coming up on a year now. And he has been dealing with a potential career ending situation as well. I think Piper Niven also has been dealing with something similar. So there's been a long slew of injuries, which we've talked about with our guy KG. Outside of that, though, my friend, before we get our guests in here, is there any major match you're looking at that you're excited to watch?
I don't think there's one I'm not excited about.
Really?
Personally. I mean, I know the women's tag team is taking a lot of slack, but I personally am looking forward to it.
I know I've said yesterday that's probably going to be my bathroom match, and it is. I'm sorry. Every time I've seen these groups together, it just hasn't flowed the way you would want it to. I'm hoping that changes here on a WrestleMania stage. But at some point, man, we got to talk about the evolution of women's wrestling in general, because we went from one match at WrestleMania 1 for the women's championship. The next 12 WrestleManias, there were only 4 women's matches in general. Now, this year, there are 4 matches in this one weekend. The evolution of the women's game in wrestling has been incredible. I got a bite here from Liv Morgan talking about it as well. But at some point, we will break down for you guys just how great these women have become at this and how impressive their climb has been. We got to take a break, though. Chris Flail is on the other side. Then Kyle Pittser from Dionysus at 8:30. This is the Early Bird Special. We'll be back in about 5. I can't do the leg. I can't do it. I
You
can't.
can't do it.
I'm not that flexible.
I can do it.
Can you really?
Yes.
Do it for the
Well,
camera right now.
I have to do it in my
So-
Ultimate Warrior undies though.
So that's our generation. We grew up doing this with a wrestling buddy.
absolutely. No.
With a wrestling buddy watching WrestleMania. I'm actually doing a skit about him this weekend. Hopefully,
Are you really?
planning the wedding and being like, we need fireworks in the budget to be able to.
That's what I have my wrestling buddies.
Oh man, pyro at
It's
a
the first
wedding.
song
would
I
be
learned, I
amazing.
think, is Shawn Michaels. I make them hot, make them shiver.
Well, okay, Chris Flail is here, comedian and Instagram fan. Instagram wrestling fans most likely know who this man is. Flailhausen.
Good to be back with you boys. Happy Mania.
Happy Mania. Before we get into this, I don't know if you heard what we were talking about earlier. Cody Rhodes is top 5 WrestleMania wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this? Where do you kind of put your 5?
I hate doing top 5s and GOAT things as I get older. I remember hearing George St. Pierre in an interview one time when he was being asked about the GOATs of MMA and saying there is no GOAT at any time. Anyone can be greatest of all time. I very much subscribe to that. The older that I get is, how can you say at any given moment that one, like you mentioned it sparked Bret Hart being left off the list. Shawn Michaels, if you're going to do a top 5, Shawn Michaels, big time Shawn being number 4 on any list just seems like it's criminal. It just feels.
Actually, I think they had him at 3 because I think
Either
Macho
way.
was 4.
Okay.
It's tough, and you don't mention the Undertaker on a WrestleMania list. I mean, come on.
That's where I'm at. But again, it's a generational thing. It's what you grew up watching. Whatever you grew up watching.
We
is
heard
what
Michael
you
Jordan
feel.
come out last week and say, "Dude, don't even ask me about the GOAT
Yep.
or the." He said it's a different.
He's probably
time.
so tired of that dang
Mhm.
question.
My top 5 movies last time I revisited is about 14 movies long at this point. And that's the way anything would be. Because, how do you do a Mount Rushmore for any given era, any given time, even one performance?
Well, and I think it's just because in sports, obviously, everybody just wants to compare their favorite player to whatever you can.
And it's fun.
Yeah, and you need something to talk about. Obviously, comparing Kobe to Michael is fun. LeBron to Kobe, whatever you want to do there.
Sure.
But I don't know. I feel like the top 5 stuff, that's pretty much a broad spectrum that you can. But I do agree that to make a list and just say these are the top 5 people verbatim is kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
I do agree with Sparky though. There's no way you leave Mark Calloway off that list.
Yeah,
what
that's
the hell?
right. But you're right. You've got the Hulkster that pioneered it. Was the original WrestleMania Hulk and Andre?
No, I thought that was 2.
That was 2? Okay.
I think that's 2. No, because Mania 1 was Hulk and
Mr. T.
God, no.
By the way,
that would have been great.
Speaking of, even though the public is disgruntled about celebrity appearances in the main event, I went back and just took a quick look. Lawrence Taylor main evented a WrestleMania in a wrestling match and won.
Was that the Bam Bam?
He Bam Bam Bigelow. He beat imagine in today's internet wrestling community what that would be like on Twitter, having name your person. Joey Bosa beating Roman Reigns.
Sparky was right on the head. WrestleMania Night 1 main event. Hulk Hogan and Mr. T beat Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper.
So
I remember the cover of it.
We've been doing this a long time.
Damn, I'm old.
Well, again, there's only been 42 of these, to be fair. It doesn't go back that far, to be fair. But also, if you really want to go and mirror that, I mean, Super Bowl, what are we on, 60 something? Like it's really not that long that these things have been going.
Are we not going to bring up Flail's shirt?
Oh no, we love the Flailhausen shirt.
Dude, you know we're going to be seeing him throughout the weekend.
Yes, I think that is where that missing match piece. I think we're going to get an interaction between Danhausen and most likely the Miz.
Fantastic.
Hopefully,
I still think we're going to get an Io Asuka. Which
I hope so.
I will be happy to see them in the lineup, but also this brings me back to my age-old, they're going to do this thing, which is brilliant, where they're almost like pretending that the fan backlash is going to force them to put them in, and they're like, here you go, and we'll all kind of feel better about that. But it's also like, don't act like you're not misusing her for the last 6 months. Like, I know this is going to be like a here dang, we'll put you in, but it's like, don't act like you're not using her incorrectly.
Mistreating
Hear me out on this. I think it's because a bigger payoff for her is coming later. That's why, honestly, I think that there's a good chance that Liv wins this weekend, because much like AJ keeping her belt, there's more opportunities for faces to get a shot at the main belt.
No,
I know.
I don't want that.
I know you don't, but I'm just saying that if AJ holds on to that belt, heels like Raquel, Roxanne, Natalia, we get a lot of these really good heels to actually get a shot at it as well. And it goes the same for the women's side on the Met. You know what I mean? Like on the main card side.
By the way, while we're talking about Shawn Michaels, Liv Morgan is. I mean, I think Io Sky is the greatest, is the best wrestler they have right now. Liv Morgan does everything. Shawn Michaels style, the way she has gotten Stephanie Vaquer over in a way that no one else has been able to, without having to really cut more than an 8-second promo, is absolutely incredible.
I agree, but at the same time, she does that with everybody. That's what makes it so good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you throw her in there with. She's going to make every single one of them look like gold.
Truly.
And it really did come at a good time for Stephanie, because you're right. There was a second there where I was worried that this run for her wasn't going to be as illustrious as we were hoping, especially since they haven't thrown her down in AAA at all. I really was expecting some sort of run down there for her just to give it the rub down there in Mexico as well. But what better place to really showcase how good of a wrestler she is than in traditional lucha libre, where they can actually let loose a little bit more.
Well, you've been telling me that, and I've been waiting to see it. I think that makes. I do think Liv's going to take the belt this weekend.
Yeah,
and maybe that's when she can get a run down there.
Maybe because the women's champion down there actually just reached over 900 days with that belt.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that until this past weekend, but they did a ceremony for her because they just signed one of CMLL's wrestlers as well, and she came over and made her debut, and we'll get a shot at that belt. But it was like 900 plus days with it. I'm like, God dang, we were all tired of Roman Reigns after a while.
Goodness. Do you remember her name? Is that the one half of the Toxicas?
La Flama.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's the main head of the
main
Toxicas.
Yeah. Nice.
It was the Danhausen, the Met fan that reached out to Danhausen and asked him to uncurse his team.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, yeah, if you can get my face on a WWE truck, we got a deal.
Did they do it? Did they put it on the truck
yet?
Okay.
Which will never happen.
That is the most Mets thing ever. Yeah.
It's a curse that cannot be lifted. It's the Mets. Come on now. We can't let the Mets win a World Series.
Curse Mr. Met specifically.
Exactly. I mean, there's no reason to uncurse the Mets. He's not going to do it.
Is there any certain match you're looking forward to? More than any of them? Because there's a lot of them.
There's what I love is almost every match, I have no idea where they're going to go. And I also, I know there's going to be craziness and interference, and I can't really predict what all that's going to be like. The only ones,
all of them.
The only one I think I know pretty firmly is I feel pretty good about Gunther and Seth, that Gunther's going to win via interference. Is how I feel about that.
I say the same thing.
I do also feel to play devil's advocate with you, Burdick. I do feel like Becky is going to beat AJ only because AJ has been dominating Becky, and if she's 0 for 4 in the last 2 years, where does the
character have to do something
go? Also, I think Drew is going to lose because he seems to always lose these matches. Any kind of hardcore-ish,
he does, but he always pulls off some crazy feat, and it's great. Like it's so much fun to watch.
Yeah, Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar. I by the way, I don't think it would be that bad if Brock won. I don't think he's going to. And I just took a look this morning. From Brock Lesnar's TV debut to when they put the belt on him was 126 days.
Yep.
Oba Femi debuted. As of Sunday, when they have the wrestling match, it will be 127 days since Oba's debut. So I think we do have a good chance that they're ramping up to put the belt on him at Backlash or SummerSlam or something.
So I think it would be foolish if he lost, because that would just screw all the momentum that they built. And I get it, unless they're going to run it back again, which they very well could. But I see Oba winning, and if he doesn't, they're going to get a quick rematch soon.
Yeah, it's funny because I agree that I think Oba loses. Or I'm sorry, I think Oba wins, but Oba losing wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either, because they do that a lot, where the young talent who's coming in hot gets stopped by one of the biggest names and kind of brought back down to earth and shown, hey, you still got a little ways to go. You're still not that guy just yet.
Well, and the thing that makes me wonder about it is in all this ramp up to their Mania match, Brock hadn't got the better of Oba one
Once.
time.
Yeah.
In those 4 or 5 interactions,
Yeah.
he hasn't gotten the better of him once, which makes me concerned
see,
of what are you setting up for?
Here's the thing, though, because that's why I think that if Brock losing could set up a storyline for him for the rest of his career, because we all know that he's probably going to retire after SummerSlam this year, which I'm assuming the match is going to be Gunther, just because that's what they've been building with every legend so far. And if he loses, this is now the first time we have seen Brock Lesnar, the Beast, in a vulnerable state, which one puts blood in the water for someone like Gunther to come after him, but two also kind of sets up a redemption arc for Brock.
Sure.
A setup where he's either coming in pissed or he's coming in knowing, you know what? I got super rusty. I haven't been doing this for a long time.
We just beat the crap out of Cena in 30 seconds. I'm like,
I know, but that's the thing. It's different beating up a veteran than it is beating up a young guy who's on his way up. So this could be a motivational thing.
Well, and Brock's personality, I think I've heard Cody Rhodes say this before, is that we don't need everyone to do a formal retirement.
No.
I don't think selfishly that Brock should. I think he should just be that alpha dog lurking in the distance that maybe we never see him again. Maybe we see him again in 3 or 4 years.
He's the Undertaker. Whenever you need him, you just throw him out there to level somebody.
Yeah. Why? I mean,
that's essentially what Vince was using him for anyway.
He kind of is the opposite of pomp and circumstance for the history of his career.
They haven't used Brock Lesnar on a television match, a traditional television match, I think, since 2015 or something like that. It was since when did he beat Kofi in 8 seconds? No, I'm being literal. That was the last time we saw him. That was the last time you ever saw him on a television match, is when he beat Kofi in literally 8 seconds to take that belt off of him after WrestleMania.
That's impressive.
That was the last time, and he has been in PLEs ever since.
I think that's as fast as the fastest MMA fight to ever.
Yeah, no, I think that was on purpose.
And a ref calls that one.
Well, that was a
pin
definite
is 3 seconds.
Dude, that was a shot across the bow. And that was when Vince McMahon told all the fans, shut up. I gave you what you wanted. Now we're getting back to what we are going to do.
An 8-second win in the WWE is really a 4-second win. I mean,
really?
Half of it is the pin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there any match that you're just not looking forward to?
The Vision and Speed versus Usos and LA Knight. It's not that I'm not looking forward to it. And I will say this about night one. I love the matches. I love all the matches. Please tell me if I'm speaking out of school here. I feel like a lot of night one feels inconsequential in the greater scheme of things. Like that match feels inconsequential.
Jacob and Fatu just feels like we're getting this out of the way.
Feels inconsequential. Becky and AJ feels like it's just we need to get it out of the way to start setting up a new story. Gunther, Seth, that will go somewhere. Liv, Stephanie, I like it. And then Cody and Randy, of course. But I feel like at least half of that lineup is,
it's WrestleMania night one.
That's right. Yeah, it's party time.
Triple H, you haven't seen nothing yet.
It's a new era. Okay. That should be an over/under. How many times does Triple H trot himself out in front of the? I'll never.
We can put this at the bottom if you want.
I forget what PLE it was. Maybe it was last year's WrestleMania. I'm terrible with this, but whichever one that he announced all the Hall of Fame, he brought out all the Hall of Famers, including Bret Hart and maybe The Undertaker, and he was the only one that got his theme song entrance. What is it? like Bret Hart, like Stone Cold. They're all standing out in the line. LA? They're all just standing out. All the legends of legends are the one of ones are standing in a line, and then you hear "Time to play the game," and he walks.
Look, man, everybody loves Lemmy. We can't hate on Lemmy.
Right, but if anybody's going to get an entrance, it was. So I wonder how many this weekend he's going to do.
And every time I see Triple H, I guess I'm just old because I remember Triple H as, Triple H, but I remember him as really the Triple H where he did
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yes,
yeah,
you remember Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, it wasn't even Hunter at first. It was Pierre, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, when he had the French accent.
Man, you're good because that's pre-me. And he was wearing like the velvet trunks that Cody kind of wears.
I just saw this. I think last night I was watching an interview between him and Sean, and they were bringing this up, and I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot that he had a fake French accent."
Man, he had the nose for it too. It was and the hair. It was a great.
You want to talk about a 180 on a gimmick, man? That he turned turned that
Yes.
completely around.
And he got
Unbelievable.
ripped
Yes,
because he was a smaller guy.
He
when
was
doing that.
he was cruiserweight
think-
size back then.
You think
Smaller
Rock
than
coming?
China.
You think
Yes,
Rock
he
coming in?
was.
Oh my God, that's true.
Smaller than China.
That's absolutely true.
A memoir. That's a good
Mhm.
memoir
You know
title.
what?
Yes, it
But
is.
Smaller
That's-
than China. A
Is
memoir.
that not why the Dominic Mysterio and Rhea thing kind of worked too? Because I mean, size dynamic.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing, really.
It really is.
Do you think Rock coming in kind of forced him to get jacked though? Because that's really
the whole
where,
Attitude Era did.
It
Yeah,
did.
I
yeah.
mean,
Everybody got jacked.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he looked cartoonish. I remember watching him
Yeah.
he was doing some commercial where they were giving him a sledgehammer to hit a car with it.
yes.
And he broke like 4 sledgehammers
Yeah.
doing it.
Well, and then when they tried to throw him in a suit and it was comically tight on him half the time,
Mhm.
I'm like, dude, can you just get a suit that
Stop
fit
that.
for a while?
He was on that
Like,
moon juice, baby.
oh, absolutely.
He was on that well, I'm not going to say it.
I see. You can
Gained
bring up
70
Orton,
pounds in
too.
2 summers. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
come on.
Yeah.
I need some of
It
that.
was the same thing. I was showing my wife pictures of not only Orton but Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
And I mean, when he first came out, he looked a totally different guy.
Yes.
Oh, he was very skinny. He was in a oh God, what did they used to call that boy band esque
He's all
faction they
shaved
had him
and-
in? You don't
Oh,
remember
no,
that
I
with the
don't.
red haired guy and
No.
What?
Jinder Mahal, I think was the third guy too.
That must have been during my little break
My
time.
break.
Oh, yeah, and trust me, this was during the
This
dark
is
era.
well
This
worth
was,
it,
Oh,
yeah.
this was very rough times
Yeah.
as a wrestling fan.
Again, so happy to be at this point in life because you love it until you hit like your early to mid 20s, and then you take a break, and then you hit your 30s, and you're just allowed to be not cool again.
Yes.
So did you
It's the
see
best.
the podcast clip with
Jay, or are we talking
Yeah.
about
I
and
did.
the other guy was Mace.
Mace? That's
Cameron,
right, Cameron and Mace.
Dude, I'm surprised Cameron went for that because his whole thing is
Gangster.
his whole thing is tough guy deal. But
Maybe that's why though. Maybe I mean,
I've been hard on Jey Uso on this thing. I thought he played it perfectly.
Yes.
mm,
He did a great job in studio acting like why what are you coming at me like this for
Mhm.
and slowly ramping up to serious. I thought he did a great job.
Mhm.
It felt the whole thing felt a little clunky to me, but
Yes.
Jey Uso nailed what he was there to do.
yeah, I was like, I don't think that was on his part. I watched the whole interview of it and just kind of the build up and stuff. And Cameron was very much standoffish, and it
They
also
definitely
just- I
built
don't know.
subscribers. I'm telling
By
you.
the
Oh,
way,
yeah.
no one can make fun of you like East Coasters. I
Yes.
don't smell what the Oos is cooking is or whatever he said
Uh-huh.
is
Dude, I know,
absolutely.
like the nod to the Rock was great.
I don't smell what the Oos is cooking is so subtly disrespectful.
Once he said, "What happened to you?"
Yeah.
Right, that yeah.
I was like, "Dude,
When he asked him, was like, "How do you feel about my dad? Legend, one of the greatest ever. I just don't know what happened.
what happened
Like,
to you?"
with you?" And
like, "Damn,
I was
homie."
like,
Yeah.
"What?" And he was like, "Love your cousins, love love Roman, love the Rock. Got nothing
Yeah.
but respect for him. But like with
But-
you, I'm like, whoa."
The subtle disrespect that you, if it was real, that you wouldn't think about until halfway on your ride home. I've got the
Yes.
most famous slogan in the last 20 years of WWE, but he's acknowledging my cousin's slogan, but still using
Yes.
my name. Tremendous.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Tremendous.
right after he just went down to that he's gonna have 100,000 people in the palm of his hand and stuff. I was like, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
But
what
yeah,
happens with them this weekend?
I don't know. I'm honestly, since that is the first one on this list, we might as well get started with it. I got the Vision and Speed winning that. I don't know if Braun helps them do it, but for some reason, I just feel like.
Well,
they're
we
gonna
got 10
toss
minutes. So if you guys
this-
want to run down your list, I'm going to do mine with Pittser.
Yeah, let's just do that. How do
Okay.
you feel about that first one? Because I just have a feeling that Logan Paul and Austin Theory get thrown a bone here.
I like it, but they've got the belts, and losing here doesn't hurt that. I think I'm going to give it to the Usos and LA Knight here. I like this because I want to see an LA Knight push, and I think there's a chance he gets the viral moment of WrestleMania being in
Right.
there with I Show Speed. But at some point we got to give him a serious push. So I hope
Well,
this is the
see,
start of it.
That is why I also like that they put the Braun Breaker return right next to this, because I think the viral moment is going to be more when Breaker comes back and spears Show for the
Oh.
second time,
Okay.
maybe potentially taking him out of the match altogether. And now this match, instead of being the Vision and Show, is the whole Vision back together against LA Knight and the Usos.
Fun.
And then you still get to see Braun Breaker later when he messes the whole thing up for Seth and Gunther and causes Gunther to win that match.
That's what I wrote down. What does Braun Breaker return? I wrote yes, but not for this match.
Exactly what I have here. I said yes, but not here. Seth and Gunther. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu against Drew McIntyre in the unsanctioned match. We just got done talking about this.
Yeah.
They don't do these matches very often. It's usually because fans don't like the word unsanctioned for some reason.
Yeah.
How do you think this one ends?
I'm going with Fatu. I hope they do it SmackDown style, where the match just goes throughout the whole WrestleMania. That would be kind of fun.
Yes.
Is that they're just doing it in the background of everything?
Have they ever done that? I mean, especially at a Mania, because could you imagine they keep a fight going for 2 nights straight, ending with some sort of craziness at the end?
Great time saver, by the way. You can just do these 90-second vignettes.
I just thought about this. What if they do that? They fight for 2 nights straight, and at the very end of Roman and Punk, who better to mess it up than Drew McIntyre to come through with Jacob and for some reason mess up that whole thing?
That's fun.
And honestly, it is on brand for what the WWE has been doing lately with fans, just throwing a monkey wrench at you when you're expecting something crazy.
That would be great. I would love to see it. I think it'll be, if standard style, I think Jacob Fatu will win and set up a title match with whoever wins the night 1 main event.
Absolutely. This is the only match that I really have no clue who wins, but the women's fatal 4-way for the tag belts, Bayley and Lyra, the Bella Twins, Jackson, Lash Legend, which they're calling themselves the Irresistible Forces.
Yes.
And Flair and Bliss.
Initially, I've been thinking that Bayley and Lyra are going to win, especially after Bayley just got rolled up in her hometown of San Jose, which I thought, unless they're giving them the belts, is a pretty disrespectful way to go. But the Bellas twins have been eerily silent the last couple weeks in a way that just, and so I put down the Bellas are going to win this thing. Spark, give me, you got to give us a little taste of something. You can't tease me.
No, man.
You can't give Pittser everything.
No, because he wants to do it in a way where it's like my picks against your picks, that his picks.
Who's the tag team?
Now,
who's my tag team partner?
That's what I'm thinking in my head too. What are we doing here?
Well, I'll take Flail.
Okay, fine. I'll take Pittser. That's fine.
I was going to say, you're gonna win. Pittser's going to be
Pittser will take my debit
Pittser's going to be a better picker.
Pittser's going to take a lot of our
I'll be more laughs per prediction, I hope. But
a stat though that
certainly
I did see
accuracy.
on ESPN, which they did a fantastic job breaking down a lot of this stuff. If you are a wrestling fan or somebody that just wants to get into it, they have a whole stat story you can read. But the WWE Women's Tag Team the belts have been defended at WrestleMania 5 times. 4 of those times, the belts have been moved.
Oh.
So, I mean, we could see them do it for the 5th. I don't think we do. I think Lash and Jax win this one and just take it. And honestly, I have the Bellas taking the pin.
Okay.
Because who better to take the pin than the Legends?
Suck.
Well, honestly, I am kind of hoping that this is kind of the final match we see of them for a while. Okay. I'm with Sparky. I'm
take CM Punk with you.
I don't think they want anything to do with that man right now. But yeah, I think that at this point it'd be a great way to do a send off for them. They get one last chance at the belts
against Gunther.
But you're right. Oh my god,
I would watch that.
Gunther retires everybody. Oh my god,
I made Brie tap like a little.
God, I wish we could cuss.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. The backwards hats.
No disrespect at all.
I can't touch.
Oh my god. Next match would be Becky and AJ Lee for the Intercontinental Championship. I got AJ winning because, well, from what I said a couple times, just gives the heels a chance to take a shot at this thing.
I like it, but again, 0 for 3 Bex versus AJ. I'm going Becky. Intercontinental champion is Intercontinental again.
She's the greatest.
I'm saying AJ wins by sub too.
Okay.
I don't think we pin Becky. I think you have to make her tap. I don't know why, but it just has been.
If she
that
loses
way
to her one more time, I'm gonna lose it.
Question is Jessica Carr the referee for this match?
That is a good question because
that would be
she
fun.
Helps her.
The worst ref in the world, and it's
she
not just
this
me
time.
saying it.
Right? Sports Illustrated says
everyone says it.
Bleacher Report says it.
Gunther and Seth Rollins.
Going Gunther, interference.
Yep, I have the exact same thing. Gunther wins this thing DQ because
I'm starting to get nervous because it's almost too easy because now everyone is thinking it.
Yeah,
like something's got to happen.
That's what I'm saying.
I totally agree.
And I think KG hit it right on the head on Tuesday. It's a good idea to have neither of these men eat a pin.
Yeah.
And it also opens up an avenue here because Gunther could get pissed. Like, Gunther could have no idea Braun's coming back, and Gunther could get absolutely irate that he interferes with his match. And now we get a three-way between them. And Gunther
would be
and
entertaining.
Braun have an incredible history together on NXT because that's how Braun Breaker got his two major titles.
By the way, Paul Heyman's going to be exhausted by the end of this
Right.
weekend.
Oh, yes.
He's
did get a
representing like
listener.
half the
We
card.
get a listener that said the Vision is taking over WrestleMania.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And he's already trying to make angles on Oba.
Could you
Yes.
imagine
Yes,
if
yes.
oh my
That would be awesome.
That would be
too.
fun, actually.
I would love to see that eventually, but after that back and forth on the microphone, I don't think Oba needs
Maybe.
a mouthpiece.
Right.
But maybe that's part of Gunther's what Paul Heyman owes to toss Brock to Gunther by leaving him and trying to side with Oba instead.
Absolutely. Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vaquer.
I'm going Liv.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'll take Stephanie since you took Liv.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I-
we're prediction boyfriends here.
I know. Well, I either way, this match, I like either one of these women to win. I love a storyline with Stephanie. I think that building her would be great, but I also think that Liv taking the belt wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I won't even look at the next part of it because I have no idea. I think pin or
Right.
submission.
Pin.
Pin. I'll go pin as well.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton.
I'm going Randy Orton because I don't want to see Pat McAfee go. I just don't want him in the main event of this thing. This is like a toxic.
No way he is going anywhere.
This is the way. This whole I'm leaving if we lose because people don't like him in the thing. This is how toxic boyfriend or girlfriends react. Is you do one thing wrong, you're like, oh, I guess I'm the worst in the world. No, you just made a mistake.
Yeah. No.
You just made a mistake.
All they're doing is building up.
Just do
for
it that
Jelly
one
Roll
time.
To be
Just
part of
own it.
this.
Just get out of
that
here.
one time, and I
You
won't
know,
ask again.
you know who we haven't seen? I want to see. I'd like to selfishly see Cody win with some interference from someone who has history with Randy Orton that we haven't seen. Say his name and he appears.
No.
Goldust?
Sparky's also not a fan of Joe Hendry. I've been trying
McMahon.
to get Sparky to be a fan of Joe, and he's
Not
not a
gonna
fan of Joe
happen.
Hendry. I don't
Really?
understand why.
No
yeah,
thanks.
I
Because he's
have
an
no
old
clue
school
why.
millennial hater, and I
I don't need
appreciate
that
that
crap.
about you, Spark.
I love Joe Hendry, man, but I don't know about that. Maybe Ted DiBiase.
Oh, that'd be
That would be interesting.
that'd be incredible.
He's now been absolved.
Passing
All
a
the
collection
bad stuff.
plate around Las
Ted
Vegas.
DiBiase Jr. I'm just saying. Last time we saw these two, actually, first time we ever saw Cody Rhodes in a WrestleMania match was between the three of them. So maybe I don't know. So you took Randy. I'm sorry.
I took Randy.
Randy.
Yeah,
I'll take Cody.
I love it.
Does Pat interfere?
Yes.
I will say no.
Then why is he there?
I'm gonna go by pin.
Even if he interferes, why
Well,
is he
no,
there?
no. I think he's gonna try to interfere, but I think Jelly Roll gets in the way, and that's gonna set up a match between the four of them at Backlash.
Okay.
Because it makes sense to me. They
God,
love
more
Jelly Roll.
Jelly
for some
Roll.
Another
reason.
good memoir title. Jelly Roll gets in the way.
Absolutely. The six-way match for the men's Intercontinental Championship: Penta, Dragon Lee, McDonough, Rey Mysterio, Javon Evans, Rusev.
I'm going Penta. We haven't had a long run in a while. I think the title's changed 7 hands and 7 times. It's changed hands in 2 years. I think Penta gets a longer run than a month.
I agree.
yeah.
I think Penta wins just because they really want to they want to take this to AAA as well.
Yeah.
And defend it down there. They had a great match between Penta and Vikingo a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Who's the first to grab the belt?
I'm going with JD actually.
Are you really?
Yeah, big
You think
head.
they're
Big
gonna
head's gonna headbutt the belt.
See, I'm gonna say Rusev. I think Rusev gets a shot at
Poor
it.
guy,
Being
dude.
the biggest guy in the match, he's gonna like power through everybody.
I like
but
it.
then eventually they're all gonna band together, probably knock him off of a ladder. And then the other one here is, will a ladder get snapped in half?
Yeah, probably when JD climbs it. I don't know how he balances his head on the ladder.
No kidding.
It's unbelievable, like real Humpty Dumpty
I
situation.
mean, at this point, we were talking about bobbleheads the other day. Good Lord.
Respect, JD.
Respectfully,
I'm going to say no. I don't think that one snaps just because I don't think any of these men are actually heavy enough to actually snap.
and they have gotten better at the prop ladders because
They have.
one year they had like 7 ladders.
Well, one of them
snapped.
didn't it have like it had a
It looked like a pool noodle.
yes, and it was just disgusting.
Yep.
Oba Brock Lesnar.
Oba.
Yeah, I'm going Oba as well. Trick Williams, Sami Zayn.
Trick Daddy. By the
Really?
way, great video of him getting cut from the Eagles and then
I
teaching.
love that.
He is the best, man.
They have here, does Sammy turn heel? I think he already has.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really a question.
Yeah.
But I will take Sammy since you took Trick because I think we could be seeing a good triple threat here in a minute.
Love it.
Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill.
I'm going Rhea, but I don't love it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't love the pick, but I think they really tried hard to get Jade over to retain the belt. I just don't think they got there. It seems like they're working together to me, that they don't actually hate each other. I just don't think they did enough to get her to keep carrying the belt.
I think that Rhea's going to do for Jade what Charlotte did for her. I think Rhea loses here, so Jade gets a little more luster on her career. And we get a little bit more of a bump out of her. The Demon against Dominic Mysterio. The Demon is 13-2 in the WWE as a whole.
Well, and if the Demon doesn't win, then Finn is kind of toast as a character. So I feel like he has to win.
See, and that's what I'm kind of thinking here too, is that if they don't let him win, one, the persona is now kind of stained, but two, what are you going to do with him as a whole? Because now no one's going to respect him as a wrestler unless he is the Demon, which they already don't. And then CM Punk, Roman Reigns.
Again, I've been waffling coin flip all day. I'm going Punker. Sorry, Spark.
No, I'm going Roman. I think Roman wins. And again, I think that the Usos and a lot of the bloodline help him do it because Punk has been setting up an entire beef with the whole family. And you're not going to get them to just sit by and watch Roman do this.
What's been kicking in my brain all day is we get a Dwayne return and maybe a Punker, a Punker heel turn.
That is technically the last question here.
It's coming.
Guest appearances: Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, Bianca Belair, Trish Stratus. Who do you think shows up?
I got Stone Cold, Taker, and The Rock. I don't have any other appearances on this list, especially like you guys had mentioned, Kevin Owens and Bianca
I would love to see
Belair.
Kevin Owens.
I will put down all of the legends. I don't think we get a Bianca. Does Kevin Owens count in the booth because he has been in the booth? Does that count, or are we just
the guest spot,
dude? If he was gonna come, he would come during that Cody match.
Yeah, I could see
because
that.
he's got beef with both, so a little bit of both. So
I could see that.
I didn't even consider that.
I could see that.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
But I did creep him this morning, and at least the dirt sheets were saying he's not clear until probably later in the year.
Yeah,
and I'm a mark. I don't care.
This neck injury is crazy with him. But sir, we have run out of time. We got to get to Kyle Pittser. We appreciate you though.
Love you boys. Happy
Good
Mania.
to see you. We'll take a break. We'll get to Kyle Pittser of Dionysus Brewing on the other side. He'll help you understand how you can get down there to watch WrestleMania on your own. This is the Early Bird Special right here on KGEO Sports Talk. I'm telling you, I think there's a good chance. What he does, no clue.
I don't think he does much.
I
think
don't know if he does either.
what I'm reading is more of a backstage appearance type thing. But
I mean, because you dropped the ball last year.
Yeah, you ran into the wall with a quad.
True. Yeah, that's yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh man, Kyle Pittser is here from Dionysus Brewing. Good to see you, sir. I know you're busy filling out your sheet real quick.
Yeah, how we doing?
Good, man. Good to see you.
Nice to
How's
meet you guys.
everything going at the brewery?
Can't complain. We got beautiful weather. It feels like the beach. So
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, enjoy this now if you're in the Bakersfield area because about a week or two from now it will drastically change and nobody's going to be
Say
happy.
that.
I
Don't say
don't.
that.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want the 100-degree weather.
Well,
but
the
we
good
all know
thing
it's
is about the $100 or 100-degree weather is that the beer over at Dionysus.
coming. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
that's a smart man right
I'm just
there.
getting
huh?
that big ass fan. It's perfect, dude.
And we got beer slushies to cool you down.
Beer
Absolutely.
slushies.
Oh, what do we got new over there right now? I know you got the Mexicali beer. We're still
Everything.
pumping that one.
Yeah, we got that one. We got this one called Orange Dreamsicle. It's a double IPA with orange vanilla.
Ooh,
try
We're
that.
kind of just working through the anniversary party,
Which
pushed
was
us
awesome.
way back. Yeah, it was so
Epic.
busy.
I hear the beer garden was a smash hit.
It was good.
Dude,
Yeah,
the whole thing was, man,
Yeah.
that place was popping all day and night, dude. It was
for like 10 hours straight.
yes, I
Good.
feel bad. Pictures like I'm so
still
tired.
tired. Yeah, I was like, I'm still tired from that.
The kids were dancing. I mean, it was an awesome
It
time.
was good, and the weather, it was a little warm that day, but it was great.
Oh, absolutely.
Nonetheless, you
But,
know.
I mean, as long as it was a good time, nothing bad happened, and
Not
some
one bad
money was
thing.
made. That's all
Money
that
was
matters,
made.
man.
Everyone was happy. We had some help from some regulars that helped us behind the bar to kind of smooth things out. So
Absolutely.
allowed me to kind of wander around, talk to people, cut a bunch of limes because dude, we went through 300 limes that day.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's.
I was
a
like,
lot of
oh my
limes.
god.
But you were prepped. You were ready.
I had the limes unprepped. So
I was like,
Forward.
I was talking to your wife the night before. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pregame it and go the night before. And I was like, I should grab one of those mugs before I go. The cups.
did you get one?
I didn't. And I was like, oh no, I'll be there early tomorrow. And I forgot all about it. And then when I came back for lunch, because the pizza was also really,
Yeah.
really good. And I brought my son the first time. And I was like, we'll have some lunch. You know, I'll get one of those glasses. And she's like, we just sold out.
Well, hey, next time you come by, I stashed one away for someone. I didn't know who. I was like, I know someone missed
I
out.
did get a couple new shirts. I mean, the merch is always awesome.
Absolutely. And obviously, you guys are the home of the WWE. So if anybody's
Yes.
looking to come and watch WrestleMania, you guys will be open for that.
Yes.
I would assume.
Yeah, we'll be open. We open at 12 those each day. So, like I tell people, come a little early, get a seat because people like to camp out and hang out in their spots. So, if you want to actually watch at our spot, come early, grab a seat. I'm gonna have some extra seating and some shading. So, if it is too busy, we'll open the roll up door. I'll have it easy up. We'll have a picnic table, so we'll have a little extra seating too.
Fantastic. Are you guys going to do wrestling bingo like last time?
You know, I think I'm gonna steal this sheet
Yeah,
that you
do
guys
it.
have. Yeah,
Do it.
This is cool. No, we did the wrestling bingo. People loved it.
Yes.
I think I gave out like $500 in gift cards.
Oh,
I did.
wow.
Yeah. So
Very cool.
I won
Uh,
twice.
yeah, you won
The
twice.
Royal Rumble, baby.
Yeah, so it was fun. I like this though. There's still a point system, so I mean, there's a lot of
Well, and
you got to check, make sure everything's right. But
Sparky brought it up this morning. I mean, we figured we could pool all four of these between the four of us and
Yeah.
see who had the better point totals. And obviously, we heard mine and Chris Flail's already, but let's hear yours and Sparky's.
oh yeah,
Dun, dun, dun.
I am curious about Sparky's.
I
over
am
here.
too.
You know, one of them, but
I'll commentate. You guys can give your thoughts. Let's go Vision and ISO Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight. Sparky,
I'm gonna go with our listener. I think it's gonna be the Vision.
I like the pick. You heard what I said. So, Kyle, how are we feeling?
I think this is going to be a catalyst for the Vision breaking up. So I think they
Ooh.
lose. I don't think Braun Breaker comes back during this either.
Nice.
No, you know what? That has been. I was just about to ask you that same question because that is the second question here. But it seems like everybody's on the same page. He does come back during the weekend, just not here.
I feel like he's not needed there. I think he has
But
bad
see,
blood with Seth. You know?
How viral would it be though of
Oh, to
Braun
hit him
Breaker
again.
to just spear ISO again
Dude,
right
if he
before
does
this
it-
match starts?
If he does it, he's gonna do it to everyone that whole weekend. And if anybody
Absolutely.
comes back, wouldn't it be Bronson to surprise everybody and show up to
True.
that one?
That would, that is the one that I'm kind of curious about, because obviously we had broke a week ago that Braun is cleared to compete, but we haven't heard anything about Bronson yet.
Nothing.
Not one thing.
So that does kind of leave me scratching my head as well. We'll see what happens there. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre, the unsanctioned match.
This one's tough. I think Jacob Fatu wins this. I think they want to push him into the title match. Drew is honestly just kind of that guy who helps other people get up the ladder. But I think Jacob wins this, and I think there will be blood. I think it's going to be a brutal match.
It's almost necessary with Drew McIntyre in these matches these days. He's kind of turning into a Hangman Adam Page if you watch AEW.
Or John Moxley.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we agree on that one with both of them.
Both of them? Yeah. Okay. So
if there's not blood, we're not watching the right one.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I mean, unsanctioned match and there's not blood. That's kind of a weird thought. The women's tag team match by Bailey and Lyra, the Bella Twins, Jax and Legend, and Flair and Bliss.
I'll let you start this one.
I mean, I could see almost any of them winning. I'm gonna go with my girls just because I'm a little biased. I'm gonna go with Bliss and Flair. And I do think they'll be pinning the Bellas.
You know what's funny? I saw this morning that Ocho was trying, and Ocho Cinco, not Acho, I apologize. Ocho Cinco had Lash and Naya on the podcast, on the Shay's podcast, and Ocho Cinco was trying to hook Shannon Sharp up with Nia Jax. It was actually kind of funny.
That's good.
Pittser?
I think Bailey and Lyra win this. They've been kind of teasing this tag team and the ups and downs, the split personalities, and I think they win.
Who takes the fall though?
Bellas. I mean,
yeah,
that's
a unanimous decision on this show, it seems.
And I wouldn't be mad at that because they've kind of won me over. I didn't like it when they first teamed up because I was like, what the hell are they doing?
I like Lyra a lot, especially if you watch that. What is it called? Because she's had her ups and downs where she's messed up in the ring, and
I think that's why you're seeing this tag team is they're kind of giving her the rub with some of these
on the show.
wrestlers.
She owns it.
Yeah,
she steps up. So
absolutely.
I like it.
I respect it.
She definitely won me over with that as well. Becky Lynch, AJ Lee, the Intercontinental Championship.
I'm just gonna say this on a side note. I hate this match.
Really?
Okay. How many times do we need to see Becky versus AJ? I don't.
This one. We need this one.
This is it. This is hopefully it.
But how many times can AJ win? It's like I don't want
more.
I don't want Becky to be the Intercontinental Champion.
Right.
I know she's the best of the best. You know, Sports Illustrated said so. But
Bleacher Report.
But AJ Lee wins this. I think this needs to be a feud that sets up with like a Roxanne or someone to build a younger talent up. But I think it's a submission though. Like I think you guys said earlier on the show.
Yeah,
I think it's whatever her finisher is. I can't remember what it's called, but
I think it's the Black Widow. Is that what they're
something
calling
like that.
Yep. I know what it's called.
But she's got a pinner.
It is a good.
Or my bad.
It's a cool move. I actually like that move, but I don't like her, so I'm gonna go with the man with the submission.
Oh, you're going sub on that one as well. The disarm her pulls it off. Gunther and Seth Rollins. Sparky.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a DQ.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much unanimous.
I'm not 100% sold if it's Braun because I'm starting to think that it's almost too easy to say he's going to interrupt this match because everyone is saying it.
True.
It's not only just me, but I'm going to go with Seth or just a DQ and no one wins.
I saw an interview with Seth. I think it was on ESPN yesterday. They're like, aren't you mad that you're not in the title picture? He's like, yes, I never lost it. He goes, also, I need to show up on Saturday and show that I still have it. If I don't, then I pretty much have to start from the bottom up. So I think Seth wins clean. I think Braun tries to come out, and Seth pretty much just squashes him. And then, yeah, exactly. And I think Seth gets a clean pin on Gunther.
That would be awesome.
There might be a lane for that as well, because if Braun comes through and tries to sabotage Seth's match and potentially misses the spear and hits Gunther instead,
we could both beat the crap out of him.
Exactly. That's the other possibility.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Gunther doesn't really play that.
I like it.
Although he claims to not play that, but he'll do any dastardly thing to really
Seth's
win.
my favorite guy. So
John Cena.
I'd be happy on a Saturday if Seth and his wife both win.
The next match would be the WWE's Britney Spears, Liv Morgan against Stephanie Vaquer.
I love Liv. I think she wins. Stephanie Vecchier, her title reign has been kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
I think she wins by a pin. And there's what penitence?
It's
on here?
pin attempts over unders. We
Over.
don't necessarily
Over.
over
Yeah.
5.5.
Yeah.
See, I think that's a little too high. I think we're gonna get a little under that one, but
I take Liv and the under.
yeah,
Okay.
And
5.5
probably,
just seems like a lot.
and a pin.
And
a pin,
pinfall.
okay.
I love Liv's finisher moves
Me
too.
too.
How do you feel about Liv's move or what was it called?
Her
Music video.
Dude.
I don't know why I draw. I mean, it's been so long since MTV has shown music videos. They obviously don't exist anymore.
I'm like, what's the point of this?
Yeah,
But
what
hey,
are we
I
whatever.
said the same thing, but that's her new walkout song.
Oh,
right?
is it?
Like,
That's what I figured. Yeah.
and
but-
it's going viral right now on TikTok.
hey, if you can get eyes on the WWE, that's the whole goal here. I
Right,
mean,
absolutely. And then the main event of night one, Cody Rhodes against Randy Orton. And of course, Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll will most likely be making appearances.
I
wins?
am going RKO with the pin, and yes, Pat will interfere. I think it's going to be a hell match, but I think somehow, some way, RKO and Cody loses it.
I'm with you on that. Randy wins. It's not clean. Pat McAfee interferes, but he gets his number 15.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know
And-
who can come out and help Cody. That's the
Look, it would be Cody helping out both of his mentors too, if you think about it, because he did it for John last year, giving John 17. He'll be doing it for Randy this year, giving him 15.
Damn.
I mean, it would be really ceremonial for him, especially being just the man's man of the company. It would make a lot of sense.
Honestly, that's a good point. You know, losing
Yeah.
back-to-back WrestleManias to lift your
the
mentors
guys
up.
who
I respect
got
that.
you here.
I respect that. If he does drop it,
I just want it to be known. I took Cody Rhodes just solely because Chris Flail took Randy Orton, and I had to change it up. I just want
you're
to
like, no.
Night two, we start out with the men's Intercontinental Championship match. JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, Penta, Rey Mysterio, Javon Evans, and Rusev in a ladder match.
This is gonna be a good one. I would love to see Evans win. I don't know if he's ready, but Penta retains. First to grab the belt is probably JD McDonough, and then he's gonna get thrown off and snap a ladder in
And
half.
ladder in half. See, I don't think anybody's actually
That's
heavy
cold,
enough
man.
to actually snap a ladder in half.
I know he's
That's
pretty
the
tiny.
issue.
He's pretty tiny.
They're all tiny.
Yeah.
Everybody
So
except Rusev is
Yeah.
tiny. That's what makes me think no ladders are going to get snapped this time. Sparky?
I'm going Penta. I think first to reach will probably be Evans.
Nice.
And what was the last one?
Will a ladder get snapped in half?
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course.
Of course, and
that
it'll
has
probably
been
be
a
Rusev.
mainstay for the
It'll
last
be
couple of
Rusev that
years.
breaks it.
Yeah, I
They'll-
can see it.
maybe all of them will shove him off or something.
Maybe,
And,
yeah, and tip him off of a ladder and he falls into a smaller one. I could see that too.
and this is the only one I didn't fill out yet because I wanted to
Oba
see
and
what
Lesnar.
Pittser thinks.
Yeah, we got to hurry this up too because we are running out of time. Oba and Lesnar.
Brock and Brock.
Brock
for
has
more
more
finishers. I think Brock goes in and asserts dominance. on this
F5s
guy.
him from the get
Dude,
go.
he's been looking so weak. I'm like, this isn't Brock Lesnar. Are you kidding me? Brock
true.
Lesnar would go in and just annihilate.
Sparky,
I'm gonna go Oba and
who hits more finishers?
Brock.
Brock
Okay,
Lesnar
okay.
does. I agree. I think Brock Lesnar will hit more, but I think Oba wins. Trick Williams and Sami Zayn for the U.S. Championship.
Please, baby Jesus.
Trick.
Yes.
Trick. Yeah.
Will Sami turn heel?
I thought he was.
Yeah,
Oh,
that pretty much
I don't.
already
Yeah, I'm gonna
is.
say yes.
Women's World Championship: Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley.
Jade.
Ooh.
I think
agree.
Rhea's playing that.
How long this match?
Oh, I'm gonna say like 12 minutes. I don't.
I put
imagine-
17. I think they're going to go a little longer than usual. Spark,
I'll go 10 and I'm going Rhea.
Rhea Ripley.
I just think I think the WWE is gonna set it up where she gets a break and Rhea gets I'm still waiting for the Rhea Flair thing. So
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for Jaden Flair too. To be fair, the Demon against Dominic Mysterio.
Demon has to win.
Yep.
Yeah,
If
I
he
think
if he
it's pretty
doesn't,
unanimous.
I don't know what they're doing with him, but he has to win that.
And the Piece de Resistance, the main event of night 2, CM Punk against Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Roman.
I'm going with Roman Reigns as
I'm
well.
acknowledging.
I think Roman's gonna bring the WWE back to relevancy. So Roman
Yes.
Reigns.
Is there outside interference?
Yes.
I say the Usos help him get
God,
this
I hope
back.
not. I want to.
I
See,
hope-
I
we
need
gotta
to
get the
see
bloodline
Roman
back
in a
together,
clean
brother.
match, dude.
No.
Maybe-
Let's get back to what was making
Yeah,
money,
yeah, no,
brother.
okay.
The Samoans working together. Let's make some money. Match of the weekend.
Oh, that's a tough one. I think Cody and Randy put on either Cody or Randy or Gunther and Seth. I think are the match of the week.
Yeah, I think it'll be the Gunther and Seth one. I got to go with.
Yeah, I think that one's going to have the biggest significance, but I think the match of the night in terms of the most entertaining is going to be that ladder match.
And what was the last one? The appearances.
Appearances, yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, Bianca Belair, Trish Stratus, etc., etc.
I'm gonna
None.
go with Taker.
I don't think any of those.
You don't think any of them?
I mean,
pop up?
The Rock at best.
I say we see the Rock, the Undertaker, and what was the last one we talked about?
Steve
Trish?
Austin? Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens, yeah.
Oh yeah, and Stone Cold.
Stone Cold, yeah, that's right. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Because I have seen the
Go out,
the
watch
clips. He's
WrestleMania
there.
this
Go
weekend
out to
at
Dionysus.
Brewing.
12
Kyle,
o'clock
thank you for joining
Saturday,
us.
Sunday.
We appreciate you, my friend, as always. We got to get out of here for the weekend. Thank you guys for joining us today and all week. We'll be back on Monday, 7 to 9, as always. Until then, Sparky, let's get out of here.
Yes.